Welcome back. Runners are at the start then here at Wolverhampton for our first flat racing action of the afternoon. And it's now 7-2 the field. Aragon Rouge still leading the market, but into 7-2, having briefly touched 4-1. Lord of the Dance into 9-2, Dream Win out to 5-1, 6-1 Resplendent Alpha, 6.5 Refreshes the Parts, and 15-2 Bar those. Now 3-1 the field as Aragon Rouge continues to firm up. Lord of the Dance is quite an interesting runner. I think there he goes into stall number 3, and according to the attheraces.com website, draw 3, according to the draw check, has been a fairly good box to be in over this 9.5 furlong trip of late. Leona Mayer on board Resplendent Alpha for Jamie Osborne. 13-2 shot, comes out on top. Resplendent Alpha on Lawrence Taylor's speed ratings for this race. You can get Lawrence's speed ratings on the website on www.attheraces.com. But I'm pretty keen, as I say, on Lord of the Dance coming out of stall number 3, not least because Michael Mulliner's team is in great form at the moment, and I've been impressed with Robert Tart's performances of late. He's running up a real sequence, actually won on his last 3 rides over the last few days. 1 ride a day for the last few days, each of them a winner. I think he might add to that with Lord of the Dance. Here we go, here's Mark Slater.
The find the best odds at bookmakers.co.uk apprentice handicap, racing over the extended 9 furlongs. Settling down in the early stages, a couple of them held up out the back. Resplendent Alpha and Lord of the Dance quite slow into stride. The pace just an average one through the first furlong, set by Dream Win. Dream Win makes the running for Jacob Butterfield, leads a length clear of Aragon Rouge in the beige and brown colours. Then comes American Lover in against the fence in 3rd. They're followed by the blue and white stripes of Refreshes the Parts, who shows in 4th place. At a steady pace they head past the 7 furlong start. Next Songbird Blues, racing in green and yellow halves. Then the orange and black of King of Windsor. And certainly in no hurry at the back of the field, Resplendent Alpha is just ahead of Lord of the Dance. They make the turn left-handed now, swing out towards the far side. 6 furlongs from home, and Dream Win continues to set a moderate pace. Leads a length clear of American Lover, who vies for 2nd with Aragon Rouge. Songbird Blues shares 4th place with, up on the outside, Refreshes the Parts. Then the 2-length gap to the keen going Resplendent Alpha. That one held up by Leona Mayer, under restraint towards the back, with Lord of the Dance in the quartered jacket and the noseband, and they've just relegated King of Windsor to be last. Heading well down the far side inside the last half mile, and Aragon Rouge, well supported in the market, moves up to join Dream Win at the head of affairs. They show by 2 lengths. A clear 3rd is American Lover. Length and a half then to Resplendent Alpha, Songbird Blues. Then improving, we have Lord of the Dance in company with Resplendent Alpha, and there's a 2-length gap to King of Windsor. But they're beginning to quicken as they round the turn and head towards the last 2 furlongs, and Aragon Rouge has ranged up to join front-running Dream Win. They'll swing off the final bend together, 2 lengths ahead of American Lover, who's scrubbed along in 3rd place, making a run towards the left of Lord of the Dance, towards the right Resplendent Alpha. American Lover coming with a run, and Refreshes the Parts also bursting through to challenge. Aragon Rouge with the lead. Refreshes the Parts looks a threat towards the far side. Then just in behind them we have Dream Win, then American Lover, but it's Refreshes the Parts who's taken over inside the last, and he's getting the better of Aragon Rouge, and Refreshes the Parts will go on and score here for Aaron Jones and goes on to beat Aragon Rouge. Close then Dream Win, American Lover, behind them Resplendent Alpha and Lord of the Dance, who never really threatened, Songbird Blues, and last King of Windsor.
It's a nice win for Refreshes the Parts for trainer George Baker. Aaron Jones steering this one home. Pace fairly generous up front with Dream Win and Aragon Rouge going on. And you can see he's just moving into 4th place at that stage, Refreshes the Part. A couple of horses who rather fluffed their lines at the start. Resplendent Alpha, who's finishing on the rails, and also Lord of the Dance. Rather boxed poor Robert Tart, didn't I, singing the jockey's praises. He was on a real winning sequence, but didn't go great out of the stalls. You might have a look back at the start shortly. Leona Mayer then gets really headed on the rail again when coming to make her challenge of Resplendent Alpha. So slowly away Resplendent Alpha, and then, as you can see, is somewhat impeded by American Lover, who eventually runs on for 3rd place. American Lover. The stewards might be having a word with Kevin Stott. I'm not sure that he was quite aware of what he was doing on the inside there, perhaps. Meanwhile, nice split for Refreshes the Parts, and she scoots through the gaps really readily here to win nicely. Likes a bit of a pace to run out, and she got that today. coming from off the pace, which is her preferred style, I think it's fair to say, and coming through to win quite smartly in the end. Maybe have a look at the start in a moment, we'll give you the result as well. Refreshes the parts from Aragon Rouge and Dream Win, the 1, 2, 3. Starting prices just beginning to come through. Here we go, number 3 Refreshes the Parts. Number 6 Aragon Rouge was second, and number 5 Dream Win was third. 11 to 2, 11 to 4 favourite, and 5 to 1 the starting prices. Now, I mentioned at the start a couple of horses rather slowly away. I'm not saying it's made a huge difference necessarily to the outcome, but they were both blindfolded, interestingly, and it's this issue, isn't it? On the stall number 8 there, that's Resplendent Alpha, who was hooded, and also Lord of the Dance. And we'll see both jockeys whipping those blinds off. They may already have taken them off as we join this now, but you'll just see the effect now as they come out. And Resplendent Alpha wants to get all the way across, but rather slowly away Lord of the Dance. Just had to be niggled, whereas Resplendent Alpha is quite keen to get on with things in the early stages, but they're quite a long way, as you can see, if we just stop it there, off the eventual winner, with work to do from there on in. So not an ideal start perhaps for that pair, but particularly for Lord of the Dance, who rather missed it and looked rather all at sea in the early stages before picking up for hard riding a little bit later on.